Hello everyone, my name is Aarti Bharadwaj and I am a computer teacher. So today I am going to explain you topic language translators. So in this video I will explain you about the interpreter, compiler and assembler, and also will tell you about the what is a language translator and what is the use of this type of language translator. Right? So the first is what is a translator? So translator is what? Translator is the special program. Translator is the special program, right? And this program is used to convert high level language to machinery code. And now the question is, what is a high level language and what is a machinery language, right? So I will tell you high level language and machine language. So high level language basically understand by the users. High level language basically understand by the user. But the opposite, machine language understand by the only computer. Again I am repeating, understand by the computer. And this machine language is also called the computer language, and that is in the form of 0 and 1. That is in the form of 0 and 1. But high level language, that is used to design programs. High level language used to design programs, and high level language basically used by the developer. Developer use this type of high level language, and that is not understand by the computer. High level language is not understand by the computer because because computer understand only machinery language, and that is in the form of 0 and 1. But high level language, they will user will use alphabets and numbers, right? So this is not easily understand by the computer. So if we want to run our program on a computer, but computer cannot understand human language, cannot understand high level language, so we require at that time we require a mediator, we require a translator, because translator convert high level language to machinery code, right? I will explain you through the diagram. Suppose I have write program in a high level language. Suppose I have write program and we will use high level language, HLL. HHL means high level language. And we want to run our program and we want to get the output, then we run our program on what? We run our program on the computer, right? But computer understand only machinery language, computer understand only computer language, and computer language is the form of 0 and 1, and 0 and 1 is also called the binary language. 0 and 1 is also called the binary language. So suppose this is a computer, and computer understand which language? Machine language. Right? So how it possible computer understand high level language? So it is not possible. That time we require translator. Translator resolve this problem, because translator work like a mediator. Work like a mediator. And translator converts translator, right? And and translator convert high level language to machinery code, right? and then we will get our result. Then we will get our output. So this is a work of translator. Translator is a just like if you are talking about, if I am talking about the definition of translator, right? So translator is a special program that are designed for converting high level language to machinery code, right? So suppose we are writing here program, so this is called the source code. This is what? This is called the source code. If we are writing a program, if we want to make a software, and for a software we will write program, so this is called the source code, right? And translator convert source code to object code. Translator convert source code to object code. That means translator convert high level language to machinery code, machinery language, computer language, binary language, that is in the form of 0 and 1, because computer understand only binary language, right? So this is about the translator and what is the need of translator, right? And the second topic is types of translator, right? So there are 3 types of translator. So the first is assembler, second is compiler, and third is interpreter. So tell me, how many types of translator? Yes, very good. So there are 3 types of translator. If I am talking about the second topic, types of translator, right? So the first is assembler. Assembler is one kind of translator. And the second is compiler. Compiler is also a translator. And the third is interpreter. I will discuss these 3 translator in deep. Okay. Yes. So now we are going to discuss types of translator. So there are 3 types of translator. The first is assembler, second is compiler, and the third is interpreter, right? So now we are going to discuss about the assembler. That is the first translator, assembler. So assembler is basically used, assembler is also a special program, and this is basically designed for assembly language. This is basically designed for assembly language, right? Assembler is used to convert assembly language into machinery code, right? So assembly language is also a computer language, and that use mnemonic codes. That use mnemonic codes. Like if you want to do addition, then in a assembly language we will write here sum. Like if you want to do subtraction in assembly language, then we will write here subtraction. If you want to do multiplication in assembly language, then we will write here mun multiplication. So these are what? These are mnemonic codes. So basically assembly language use mnemonic codes, and that language cannot be understood by the computer. So for converting assembly language to machinery code, machinery language, so we will require assembler. Assembler convert assembly language into machinery code, right? And the second is compiler. It's a very important. Second is compiler and interpreter. So these 2 things I will discuss you in a through by the difference. So second is compiler. Compiler and interpreter. So compiler, just wait. Compiler, there are two things. Compiler, interpreter. Right? So compiler and interpreter both are special program and both working are same. Both are used to convert high level language to machinery code, right? But the little difference between both of them that I will explain you. Compiler, you know, it is also a translator and convert high level language to machinery code. And interpreter is also a translator, also a special program and convert high level language to machinery code. But the little difference is what? Yes. So see carefully. Suppose this is a program, right? And this is also a program, right? And this program written in which language? High level language, right? This program written in high level language, HLL, and this program is also written in high level language, right? So now I want to convert high level language to machinery code. So compiler is what? Compiler read, yeah, you can say compiler scan whole program at once and then generate the errors and then convert into machinery code. Again I am repeating. Compiler is what? Compiler scan whole program at once and then convert into machinery code. But in the case of interpreter read, yeah, interpreter scan program line by line. Again I am repeating, listen very carefully. Interpreter scan line by line. Interpreter scan this line, and if in this line if there is some error, then show here, okay, and if there is no error, then convert into machinery code, right? So and then second line, interpreter scan second line and then convert into machinery code. So this is a little difference between compiler and interpreter. Compiler scan whole program at once at the same time, right? Compiler scan whole program at once. Sorry. But in the case of interpreter scan program line by line. Interpreter scan program line by line. So this is a line by line. So I hope you have easily understand the difference between compiler and interpreter. Compiler and interpreter both are translator, but the difference between compiler scan whole program at the same time at once and convert into machinery code. But in the case of interpreter scan interpreter scan program line by line. Again I am repeating, interpreter scan program line by line and convert into machinery code. So this is a little difference between compiler and interpreter, right? And you know what is a so in this video, so now this is a revision time. This is a revision time. So in this video we will discuss about the language translator, right? So I have already explained you what is a translator. Translator is the special program that convert high level language to machinery code. Why this conversation is neat? Because computer understand only machinery language, and machinery language in the form of 0 and 1, right? So computer cannot understand high level language, because high level language developed by the users, and user use English language that could not be understand by the computer. So that's why we need translator to converting high level language to machinery code, right? So if I am talking about the types of translator, so there are three types of translator: assembler, compiler, and interpreter. So assembler is designed for assembly language, and assembly language is also a computer language, and assembly language use numeric code. And the second is compiler and interpreter. Both are translator, both are convert high level to machinery code, but the little difference: compiler read whole program at once, and interpreter read whole program line by line. Interpreter read, yeah, you can say interpreter scan program line by line. So this is a little difference between interpreter and compiler. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching.